Hey everyone, it's Omar here from the UnInbox team. Today we're releasing a free open source tool called UnWebhook. UnWebhook is a great and useful tool if you are working with webhooks and in a team, or you have a staging environment. So the way that UnWebhook works is that this is essentially a webhook in the middle. If we sign in with GitHub, we can see that we can create endpoints. This is a very functional application. It's not designed to be beautiful. So if you want to work on the design of stuff, feel free to make a contribution. So this is a demo endpoint. I'm going to save this. And now we're going to come into here. Let's copy the URL at the top here. Again, you can access this on webhook.com. We're going to come in here and paste in our webhook and just send it a very simple JSON payload. So we're going to send, we get back 200 OK with some content as well. And if we come in here, we can see that the 200 OK is set in the top here. We can customize the response if we wanted to. And if we reload here now, we'll see we have the payload that was sent through. So here's the payload. Again, if it's JSON, we're going to parse it and try and clean up the formatting a little bit. This is built using Shiki JS, I believe. We also collect all of the headers. So here we can see the content type. We can see all of the forwarding information, the user agent. We can see practically everything. So this is deployed to Vercel. And so we get to see the Vercel app ID as well, the IP address of the requester, etc., everything there. You'll notice that at the bottom here, something says message deliveries, no deliveries. So far, this application isn't any different than any of the other webhook services that are out there. You've got webhook.site, which is perfect. But this is now where things start to diverge. What we can do is we can add in destinations. And what I have running on my system right now are two Nitro.js servers. These are very simple, lightweight HTTP servers. And all they're doing is that they're going to log out when they receive something and send a response back. So here's the routes. I've got these right now running through pre-configured Cloudflare tunnels. And so let's come in here and let's add them in. So the first one here, we'll imagine this is our staging. We'll imagine this is Omar's laptop. And this is going to be HTTPS Omar 3001 .uninbox.dev. Let's copy this, and we need to give it a path. Just for right now, it's a catch-all on any path. And this one here we'll say is our staging environment. And we'll give this one here, and this will be on port 3002. Perfect. Okay, so now we have two different destinations. One has got a bit of a misspelling, so let's just fix that quickly. There we go. All right, we can also set the expected response code. So if you want to send back a different response code to confirm that you received the information, you can. Let's go back into the demo endpoint here. And let's add our destinations. So first of all, we want to send it to Omar's laptop and the staging environment. There's a routing, or technically routing. If you want to open a PR to fix that, feel free. And this is basically allows you to say that if you want to route it to the first destination in the list, or route it to all destinations in the list. If the first destination is offline, it will then try to route to the next destination. So we'll leave it as first for now. Let's now come in and check our servers here. There's nothing that's come through. Let's come in here and click resend to destinations. So this also allows you to replay the webhook as if it had just come in. And if we come in here now, we can see server 1 got something. Let's clear this and come in here again. And let's change now our strategy to be send it to all. And before we click resend again, we can see down here, there's already been one successful delivery to Omar's laptop, and we can see the response code as well as the timestamp. If I click now resend to destinations, we'll see now that there's two new entries here, and they were within milliseconds of each other. So again, response code 200, response code 200. And if we come back here, we should see that technically, server 1 got something, server 2 didn't log it out, but it sent back an OK. So we might need to double check whether we set the right destination address. Yep, we didn't. So here we need to go ASD, or whatever random string is just a catch-all path, or there's an index there as well. All right, so now let's come back in here. Everything works fine. Let's now go back to our here, and we're going to put in a new value. and we're going to send this message here. And now if we come back in here and we refresh, we can see that this is a new event and it's got the new value. Well, again, all of the headers and everything. And let's look at message deliveries. So far, it's just delivered to Omar's deliveries. I think sometimes it might just take a little extra second. There we go. So yeah, it took maybe a few extra seconds. This is running on Vercel. There's sometimes some delays with some of the environment stuff. So we can see here, or some of the functions, I should say. So we can see here it took a little bit extra to deliver to the staging environment. And now if we come back here, we can see server 2 got the new value and server 1 got the new value as well. So that is fully automatic. You don't have to every time click resend to the destinations. I'm going to set this one back to first. So where is this useful? If you're working with a staging environment whereby you're working, for example, with Stripe, and you need sometimes to access the Stripe webhooks on your local machine, but you want to keep the staging environment database up to date, then this is extremely useful. You can have a delivery to you first, and if you are offline, so let's actually do that. Let's get, this is Omar's machine. So we've just killed the server on Omar's machine. The strategy is still send it to the first. It's going to try and send to Omar's laptop. And if we click resend to destinations now, we can see here now that Omar's laptop failed with a response code of 502, and so it sent it through to the staging environment. So this ensures that you can keep all of your data up to date and keep everything up to date. If you're collaborating in a team and you don't want to have to kind of like set up a different webhook for every single person in the team, you can simply just come in and add in as many destinations as you need. I can say, for example, John's laptop. And my keyboard has been funky recently, so this here will be John. And then we can also send it through to John's laptop. This is completely free, open source. It's running on Vercel and Supabase. Feel free to play around with it. I would ask, if you're going to be using it very heavily, deploy it to your own environments. Everything can work with a free account, so everywhere. You can check out the repo at un/webhook-proxy. This is on GitHub, and you can check it out. You can run and self-deploy and do everything you need. But for now, that's it. I hope someone finds this useful. Definitely for us internally in the UnInbox team, we're doing a lot of work with different webhooks and a lot of different stuff. And so this is extremely helpful for us to diagnose things, but also ensure that when we're collaborating, we can have one database that stays up to date with everyone else. So I hope you find it useful.